Hello, this is my Hovertrax 2.0 battery. And here it should be a familiar shape to all you guys. Unfortunately, with my new hoverboard, this battery came, I guess, fully depleted so that you couldn't charge it. Essentially, the symptom was with a charger plugged in, it would go to green, um, and it would indicate full charge when it wasn't. And as soon as you unplugged it, turned it on, the scooter would the hover tracks would turn on for just a brief second, and it would just shut off. Little disappointing considering it's a Christmas present and pretty much screwed. So I took it up. I used some of the equipment that I had for my RC stuff to bring it back to life. But before I could do that, I had to get this thing open. So what you can do is you can carefully with an X-Acto, multiple X-Actos, work your way around this seam here. As you can see, you can kind of see that I, as neatly as I could, did it. And there's some glue that kind of holds the batteries and electronics in this lower section as well. But here, I'm going to pull it apart for you. And hopefully, if you haven't screwed anything up, it'll look like that. So there's 10 LG batteries in there, and here you can see there's 3 in the bottom and then the rest up here. So let's talk about this BMS system we got here. Here, let me just position it so I can talk. So this is the plus terminal, this is the minus terminal, and so with the multimeter connected here, with the BMS, I guess, shutting this whole circuit down, it essentially outputted 0 volts. But if you connect the plus terminal of a charger here and then the minus terminal of a charger here, it also indicated low voltage, but you can actually, with that connection point and that connection point right there, plus, minus, attempt to use whatever multi-chemistry charger, in this case lithium ion, set to 10 cells, bump this battery back up. It took a little while to kind of coax it up, but eventually it got to the point where it would charge at the 10S settings, and I bumped it up slowly, like a tenth of an amp, to about 36 volts. And after you've done all of that, what ends up happening is you start to see some voltage at these terminals. In my case, I saw about 10.4 volts from plus to minus here, but from plus to this battery, to this terminal here, I would see 36 volts. So didn't quite know what that meant, because I haven't really investigated the circuit too much, but put it into a fireproof bag and ammo can overnight, came back to it again, still read 36 volts, still read 10 here to here, 36 here to here. So I said, what the heck, let's plug it into the scooter with the charger on, plugged in, and see if it charges. And as soon as I did that, charger indicated red, and you could see the ascending lights on the Hovertrax indicating that it's charging. I only let it sit that way because I didn't have time to allow it to charge fully. I let it sit that way for about 5 minutes, pulled the battery back out, and noticed that battery voltage across these terminals now match the battery voltage from here to here. Hooray! So hopefully, I'm going to give it an opportunity to charge all the way. The battery not only takes a full charge, but also performs after it's been charged. I have a load bank at my house, and I will probably test it on the load bank before I attempt to do it, to run it on the Hovertrax, to verify it can output what it needs to output to run the Hovertrax in a kind of lab environment. But overall, there is an opportunity to recondition this. It's quite complicated to open it, but you can do it. Very different than the older circuits, but if you got the right equipment and some knowledge in doing stuff like this and working with electronics, you can attempt to fix these. So this is me just trying to save Christmas because Razer was not very helpful in getting a battery to me quick, and unfortunately I can't find these available anywhere, so I have to do something. So I'm helping Santa out. Alright guys, hopefully you learned something from that, and if you run into this issue, maybe you can bring some of your bunk Hovertrax batteries back to life. Enjoy.